At the end of this video lesson, the learner will be able to perform the fundamental operations on integers, specifically addition of integers. So ano nga ba ang integers? Integers are set of whole numbers and their opposites. Recall that in a number line, marami tayong klase ng numbers dyan. Meron tayong mga maliliit na numbers just like decimals and fractions. But we also have these whole numbers that you can see and their opposites. The numbers on the right side of 0 are the positive integers, while on the left side, here are the negative integers. So pag sinabi nating integers, ito yung mga whole numbers na ito and their opposite. For example, we have positive 7 and its opposite is negative 7. Positive 3 and its opposite is negative 3. And the number in the middle is the origin. 0 is also an integer, but it is neither positive nor negative. Wala tayong nilalagay na sign for 0. So how do we add integers? Actually, it depends on the given kung they have the same signs or different signs. For example, numbers 1 to 3 have the same signs. For these particular examples, we will use the rule add their absolute value and copy the common sign. Again, when we say absolute value, that's the distance of a number from 0. So, ipakita muna natin using the number line. For example, number 1, positive 3 plus positive 4. Positive 3 here. Positive 4 is to the right pa rin. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, the answer is 7. Number 2, negative 3 is nasa left. 1, 2, 3. Negative 4 is also on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is negative 7. Number 3, we have negative 11 nasa left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then negative 2, 1, 2. So that is negative 13. So this time, gamitin natin ang rule and solve it properly. So add their absolute value. Absolute value of 3 is 3. Absolute value of 4 is 4. Add that and copy the common sign. Since they are both positive, you can just copy that or leave it blank. Automatically, it means positive. Number 2, absolute value of negative 3 is 3. Absolute value of negative 4 is 4. Add their absolute value and copy the common sign. So the answer is negative 7. And number 3, absolute value, 11. This one, 2. So we have 13. Copy the common sign. They are both negative. So this one is negative 13. And then we have a different rule kapag different signs naman. For example, here, they can be positive plus negative or negative plus positive. The rule here is to subtract their absolute values and copy the sign of the integer with the greater absolute value. So let's solve. So isubtract natin, absolute value of negative 5 is 5. This one is 4. Subtract that is 1. And then copy the sign of the integer with the greater absolute value. Alin dito ang may greater absolute value? That's negative 5. So the answer here is negative 1. Here, subtract the absolute value. So we'll have 8 and then 3. So subtract that the usual way. That is 5. And copy the sign of the higher absolute value. Alin dito ang may higher absolute value? That's 8, which is positive. So we have here positive 5. While example number 3, tatlo lang yan, Pero this one are both positive, so we can simply add them. 17 plus 5, 22 plus negative 2. Again, they have different signs, so subtract their absolute values. 22 minus 2, that's 20. Which one has the higher absolute value? We have this positive sign. Therefore, the answer here is positive 20. Again, let's show that using this number line. The first one, number 1, negative 5 plus 4. Negative 5 is nasa left, so we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then positive 4 is nasa right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we'll have negative 1. Next, negative 3 plus 8. So negative 3, 1, 2, 3 to the left, and then positive 8 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll have positive 5. And then here, masyado ng malaki, but still, it will be positive 20. Again, the rule depends on the sign of the given. So now let's see kung naintindihan talaga ang pag-add ng integers. You can pause this video, get a piece of paper and ball pen, or you can try to solve the following mentally if you can. I'll give you 60 seconds to answer numbers 1 to 10. Okay, time's up. Let's check your answers. Recall that we have two rules in adding integers. The first one, if they have the same signs, that means both positive or both negative, you simply need to copy their signs. While if we have different signs, we need to copy the sign of the higher absolute value. So number 1, positive 5 plus negative 17. So we need to subtract 17 minus 5, that is 12, and copy the sign of the higher, that's negative. Next, 20 plus 5. They are both positive, so the answer is positive 25. Number 3, they are both negative, so just add and copy their common sign. Number 4, since they have different signs, subtract 17 minus 5, that's 12, and copy the sign of the higher absolute value. So positive 12. Number 5, 18 plus negative 10. Again, they have different signs, so subtract 18 minus 10, that's 8, and copy the sign of the higher absolute value, that's positive 8. Same with number 6, different signs, so subtract 30 minus 7, that's 23, copy the sign of the higher absolute value, that's negative 23. Number 7, 4 plus negative 5, opposite signs means subtract. So 5 minus 4, and copy the sign of the higher absolute value, that is negative. So negative 1. Next, number 8, they are all positive numbers, so just add the usual way. 7 plus 5, 12, plus 8, that's positive 20. Next, number 9, all of them are negative integers and they have common signs, so just add 6 plus 4, 10 plus 10, that's 20, and copy their common signs, which will be negative 20. And number 10, since we have different signs, we can simply just add two numbers or integers at a time. 5 plus negative 1, so they have different signs, so subtract 5 minus 1, 4, copy the sign of the higher absolute value, that's positive 4, and then you add it to negative 2. So again, they still have different signs. So subtract 4 minus 2, 2, and copy the sign of the higher absolute value. So that is positive 2. So thank you for listening.